Hey, hey, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to the Hardcore Podcast. This is episode 115, and I'm your host, Christopher Norwood.
And I'm your host, Robert Melton.
And without further ado, let's get right into the intro. The horns let me know the intro is running.
Sounds great.
And we're fading out. Boom. Well, as we like to start, how are you? Want to make sure, my best bud's doing okay. How are things?
Yeah, doing quite well. Got no
Nice.
complaints over here.
Heck yeah.
Just had a pretty good weekend.
Nice.
Had a solid D&D
Frick yeah.
campaign. Oh, not campaign 2, but campaign session 2.
Yeah. No, I was very happy with it. I love that. I mean, maybe not so much Terrell, but me, the type of person I am, like content-wise, I'm like worrying and like, I want to make sure we have enough. And then you guys don't get through half of it
Yeah.
within
I
6
feel like
hours.
it's good. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be happening quite often.
Yeah, a reoccurring theme, which is not bad, especially for this next session, just makes it that much easier. But I also love all the role playing that happens because that's basically the reason as to why. Just because, like, we may have a scene and we're like, yeah, they're going to do this. This will be pretty quick. And then it's like, oh, wow, they were in that tavern for 3 hours. But I love
yeah,
that.
that's the essence of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where you get the fun stuff. The story building, the world building, the improv.
I quite enjoyed that session, if I must say so.
Yeah, I thought it was, I mean, we've only done 2 sessions, and they've both been great, but I definitely liked that second session a little more.
So what all happened? Let's see. We saved a kid
from
the manor. He was locked in a big safe.
Yeah,
where we had to find or solve a riddle for.
You all started in the Thorstern Manor. You just received like the last part of a riddle that opens a safe. There was 2 compartments in the safe, giant 5-foot safe. So one opened up, revealed a child's book and like a note that went along, and then y'all had solved an optional riddle that had opened up the bigger compartment, and there was a child hooked up to like some breathing apparatus, which y'all were kind of on this quest to find some missing children. And this was just kind of like a start, like, hey, we're just starting off, let's just take a quest. And it happened to lead to something that y'all already were looking into.
Yeah, it kind of worked out.
And then from there, you went outside of the manor, had a conversation with this homeless man, this crazy prophet, if you will, who was in tattered robes full of piss and shit.
Oh, yeah.
You made your way back to the Orkishborg, the tavern ran by Gorlak and Balin Havenhair. And then you met some new characters, which I was really excited.
Sungvari and Elias.
Yep, you met Sungvari, you met Elias Young, and Pockets. Don't forget about Pockets now.
Yeah, I forgot about Pockets.
Yeah, Pockets is pretty much the rogue goblin, pickpocketing, stabby goblin who has a soft spot for poetry.
Yeah, exactly. His lovely poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some backstory for my character, a little bit for Ashley's. I guess Tad for Ezra, just with her sister and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if any of the players, maybe a couple, will actually be listening or watching this. But I just want to say that, again, you had mentioned backstory. Some dreams. So again, let me preface with Sungvari, a character that was introduced. He's kind of like a reader of dreams, if you will. Maybe there's a better term for that, but he can pretty much kind of force you into a dream state, and from there, kind of help guide you through like what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So he helps a lot of people through trauma in that way. So we had seen dreams from Safana, Ashley's character, and your character, Ralus. That doesn't necessarily mean that those were things that happened.
Right.
I just want to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it seemed like just based off some of the dialogue, some people were thinking, oh, whoa, that happened. Ralus did that. It's just
Yeah.
dreams are freaking crazy, So I just wanted to clear that up a little bit.
Yeah. But as far as I know, that was real.
Exactly.
Who's
maybe,
to say it wasn't?
Yeah. I mean, if you say something in the story and you're like, yeah, that happened, then it's like, all right, well, I guess Ralus did that. And then we just kind of write that in, kind of the fun, organic part of it. But there was a lot of role-playing at the tavern. Y'all got a feel for these characters, especially Elias's character. I just feel like there was a lot of dialogue there with him. And then y'all had heard about a Coliseum that the Thorsterns kind of sponsor. Because on your way back to the tavern, you noticed there was a lot more foot traffic. There were some like airships that you could see docked. Just a lot more people, especially when you got back to the tavern. So you were just kind of, everyone was wondering like, what's this all about? Like the Orkishborg isn't really ever this packed, and it was because of the Coliseum taking place the next day. So y'all are now participants, and y'all have finished a couple rounds in that.
Yeah, well, it was only one round.
Well, y'all went straight into the second round.
Oh, right. No, it was we beat 2 rounds because the first was like the drinking, which 2 of us ended up getting drunk.
Y'all did.
Giving us heavy disadvantage going into the second one. Although I countered mine with my rage.
Right. That was pretty sick though. That was a pretty cool role playing moment.
Yeah, that was dope. And then that was a fucking fucked up battle though.
Yeah.
A couple people almost died.
For sure. Which I love. I'm glad that y'all
and then
kind of experienced some danger.
Yeah, then there's definitely some learning going on there. Some just some D&D discrepancies with the like the way you play it.
Oh yeah.
Just stuff we were reading wrong, but we figured it out by the end.
Yeah.
So
like if you have well-versed DMs, it's a much more of a breeze, but we're all just kind of like learning this,
We're all learning together.
Most of us have some type of background in Baldur's Gate, but like even that isn't like the best guide. Like D&D is not an easy game, Like there's a lot to it, so
no.
There wasn't anything too crazy, but yeah, for a little while we had some characters doing a shit ton of damage.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be doing. But it worked out because maybe I made those characters a little too difficult, and if we were playing the right way, maybe some people would have died. I don't know.
As we were leaving, Terrell was like, "Yeah, it's a good thing I got there when I did because Chris was about to give y'all a fucking character with like 100, 250 HP or some shit like that."
No. I don't know what he's
seen. I can't remember what he said exactly, but
hell no. No. Like if it was like one character, maybe. I still don't think I would give him 100 HP. Just because if you're a character with 100 HP, then you're freaking hitting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're doing some damage. But yeah, when all of y'all barely have 20, if that, I'm not gonna. Nah. Maybe he's seen experience. I think he was probably looking at experience.
Maybe.
Yeah. But still, I'm glad he came when he did. Because he showed up maybe like 45 minutes to an hour into it. But either way, I'm glad he showed up when he did. Hopefully
Yeah,
next
and
time
that's
he
pretty
shows up
much.
earlier.
Let's hope so, because that was kind of a fluke thing on his end with work and shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But
yeah, that's pretty much where the campaign ended though for that night. But it was a good time.
yeah.
Quite enjoyed it.
No, it was awesome. I had a decent amount. I will say I had a decent amount to drink that night. I did throw up
Did
that
you?
night. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean for me it was a lot, but like in comparison it probably wasn't that much, and I didn't have the most to eat beforehand, just like a snack portion.
Yeah.
So, that's my bad. But it was fun. It was still fun. Still a good time. I'm excited for session 3. I'm excited for all the sessions, but I think this next round will be a lot of fun.
Oh fuck yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Just
now
need to plan
Terrell
that
and
date.
I just have more time to flush it out even more and just make it that much more enjoyable. But yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes. Hell yes, brother. So what do you want to get into next?
I say we just had a state of play, right?
Yes. PlayStation
State of
State of Play
Play.
for February. February.
Yesterday. We can get into that, but first I have to say that the podcast is coming to an end.
Yeah.
And I know we've made that joke before, but this time it is real. And not quite an end, but a little hiatus. We're gonna turn our focus towards more just YouTube video format content, and not as like much podcast stuff. So we're gonna put this on hold for a while, and just focus on that, and just see where it takes us, and then at some point pick it up again. I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. I think at least a decent hiatus. And like you said, just focusing more on, kind of things we've done on the podcast. We'll have games that we
Mhm.
play and little segments. So I think it will more so be little videos like that. Or if we feel like, for example, like we had a state of play. Like if we wanted to like put out a video right then and there, just kind of going over the games. Like
Exactly.
for like Pokemon Day, for example, coming up. Like if we want to do that, it's easier to then do that. Just upload a smaller video versus like having to edit an entire podcast and then do that. Like
Yeah,
days
'cause
later,
it's-
and then it's late at that point.
Like I would love to do both, but it's hard to allot time to edit all that shit together, and I just don't have enough time in my day to do both the podcast and like another video or 2 or 3 or however many, like just stuff we have planned or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then you got clips to edit and shit like that. So yeah, it's definitely a hassle. So I think for now, yeah, this is probably the best way to go. So it's not gone. It'll still be here. But for now, it'll be a little hiatus.
Yeah, yeah. And it's somewhat of a trial, I would say, because
Yeah, for sure.
we haven't, or you haven't, like edited or put together smaller videos like this. So you could do it and be like, "Whoa, this is exactly what I want. Like this is pretty quick in comparison.
Yeah.
I like this." Or it could be like, "Whoa, this is actually taking a lot more time than I thought. This isn't any better."
Yeah.
And
I think
then
the
we just
editing
go
would
from
definitely
there.
take more time versus like a actual podcast video, because I've gotten pretty fluent with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll definitely open me up to like just being more arts. Bits is in the camera. Just being more
Boots.
creative
Mhm.
with it, and I think that's a good outlet for me.
Okay.
I like to be creative with that type of stuff, and I think it'll just be fun in general, just to do different things
Yeah.
versus just talking. But I mean, obviously we have like stuff that we do on here as well, but
Right.
like just to compact it and put more effort into that versus just this,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be a better product overall.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, if we came up with like a few segments or something, like you can almost
Mm-hmm.
just like hammer out multiple videos
Exactly.
just in one go.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
So I think that'll definitely help the channel grow, help the social medias grow as a whole. So, but yeah, the podcast is no more, guys. 115 episodes. That's it. That's all you
115.
get.
Again, you
That's a
never know.
pretty fucking good run.
I was
Run
gonna
though.
say, you never know. Again, at least a hiatus. Um, we may come back. We may start doing the podcast format again. But if not,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. 115. That's a pretty damn good run. I think when we
Yeah.
originally, had the idea, I don't know if we were thinking that we would have made it this far. This is just something we at
Dude,
least wanted to
yeah.
try.
Yeah.
I didn't think we
We
had
did
any
this.
high hopes.
We had like the idea for a podcast for probably 2 years, maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember how long it was. Then we did a trial podcast, and then
Yeah,
we
like a
still
little
didn't
pilot.
film one for like months.
Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't actually do it, and then we finally did, and we didn't miss an episode for what was it, like 95 episodes or some shit.
Yeah. Now it was pretty well into the second season.
Yeah. And then
For
here,
sure.
these last couple months, I kind of was losing the passion for it a little bit, and then just got to thinking more. And this is kind of what we've come up with a little bit, especially, I mean, we haven't missed because of that, but a lot of our scheduling conflicts, which is a little bit new for us, just weather, inclement weather, and then Chris is on a new shift training, and then, yeah, just a whole lot of random shit that has not gone our way, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. That moving on in life.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be buying a new place.
Yeah, a lot of
soon.
changes.
Girlfriend moving in. Just things are like it's been busy, but I feel like things for at least a little while longer are gonna get busy. So
Yeah.
it's gonna get even busier.
Indeed. So
yeah.
perhaps we'll have some like random yap session podcasts at some point, but yeah, for now, that's what the channel will be. There will be like a slight rebrand. It won't be the Hardcore Podcast anymore, but we're still working on that. And yeah, state of play, dude.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
I thought so as well. I pretty much, I guess this is what I normally do anyways, but as the trailer happens and I'm watching, I just kind of put the first things that come to mind. I just make note of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really dig into like, oh, it's made from this developer. What games did they do? Yeah. I'm just like, whoa, visually pleasing.
Right.
That looks fun.
Freaking
But
epic.
I thought most of the games they showed off was like I had notes for. Like there were some
All
bangers.
right.
There were some bangers.
Well, obviously, you want to start with Dave the Diver, right?
Didn't make notes for that one, I will say.
I didn't either. I did think it did look interesting the way they kind of inserted like, what was it, Yakuza?
Yeah,
stuff
that one
into it.
character from the later Yakuza games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is very strange collaboration, but cool
Definitely
nonetheless.
different. I feel like Dave the Diver so far has had pretty strange
Yeah.
collabs.
Yeah, it went
which
from
I haven't played the game, though,
Godzilla
Yeah,
to
Godzilla.
Yakuza.
I feel like there was another one, and then this.
Probably, yeah.
But hugely, massively successful game, especially if you can
Mhm.
collab with Godzilla. Like that's pretty huge.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I do want to say it's under one of those public. Fuck, I can't remember. Like it's a public IP now because it's so old
Oh, Godzilla.
or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's
okay.
like very cheap to get a license for Godzilla.
Right. Oh. Because that's kind of what happened for.
Same with like the old Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
I
that's
want to
what I
say
was
that's
thinking.
another one.
Mickey Mouse, I think within the last
Oh,
few
even Winnie
years.
the Pooh is
That's
one
what I was about to
because of
say.
the
Yeah,
blood and
Winnie the
honey.
Pooh. That's why they did that horror movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was terrible. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. But I actually took notes in like the opposite order for whatever reason. I think I watched the whole thing, and then from there I was
Back
just
to
going
front.
back and like,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
yeah, watching it again, pretty
That makes
much.
sense.
So the first
Well, I
thing,
guess Saros.
what's that?
Saros is what you're starting with.
Oh, I mean, again, I didn't take notes on like everything. Like I seen that, and I'm sure it's gonna be pretty sick. Because that's made by the people that did Returner or Returnal. What's that game?
Returnal. Yeah.
Returnal.
And it's set in the same world as Returnal.
Oh, sick. See, like I didn't know that. I could definitely tell just from like the dialogue that it was going to be a roguelite. Have you played Returnal? Because I feel like now
I
that's
haven't,
probably your kind of game.
Yeah, no, I haven't played it. But it definitely seems interesting.
Yeah. Which I mean, they didn't
I'll
reveal
probably pick it up
too
at some
much,
point.
but like
Hell, watching the trailer, I was like, "Is this Helldivers?"
yeah.
What it looked like.
Again, they didn't reveal too much, but just the fact that it's made by the same team and it's like a roguelite, like the same style of game, I imagine. Like that's already huge just because Returnal did super good.
Yeah.
But just as of right now, just not really my kind of game. The first game I had notes on, again going kind of backwards, was Mind's Eye.
Mind's Eye.
Yeah, it was like the narrative-driven third-person shooter action game.
Oh, wait.
It was
can't
very
remember
like
that one.
it was kind of futuristic. I think it deals with like AI and how people like handle AI
Oh,
with
yeah.
technology and stuff.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But it took me back to it feels like a modern like 360 or PS3 game or something. Like that's where my mind went to. Just like almost like a Spec Ops The Line style game. Where it's just like a third-person action shooter. You have like some vehicle segments, but it just felt very like 360.
Yeah, that's
PS3
fair.
to me, which is up my alley.
Clearly, I didn't pay it any mind.
But yeah, no, that was the first one where when I was watching, I was like, okay, play that.
Yeah.
Little linear action game. Especially with age, I feel like that's kind of more so what I want.
I gotta say I haven't played Red Dead 2 in like 4 or 5 days just because it's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, I don't know how to
kind of like something simple to play.
Get in the headspace for a game like that to not be overwhelming. Like I feel like it's. I mean, I don't know if you could, because that's like subjective whether it's like overwhelming or not. But I would say like as far as like games go, like I've heard like this is a huge game. How do you go into a game like that and like cuz we're the ones who are making it overwhelming, like building it up in our heads. So how do you go into it and not, If I could master that, dude, I could fucking put some games down.
Well, I think the key to it is to just start it and then have some fun.
Yeah.
And then that's it. But at the same time,
just don't overthink
like
it. Just
thinking
do
about
it.
Yeah.
Take Shia LaBeouf's wise words to heart and just do it. That was him, right?
That was him.
Do it. Yeah. All right. So Mind's Eye, that was the first one that seemed pretty interesting. This one looked awesome and very visually pleasing. Please tell me that you would watch the entirety of what they showed off of Tides of Annihilation.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's the one I'm most hyped for.
Dude,
that one's fucking sick.
Looked crazy. Oh, dude, that looks so sick.
Yeah, that one, I'm all in.
Do you recognize that voice actress?
Oh yeah, Shadowheart.
Yeah.
I recognize it immediately.
Yeah, very distinct voice. Um, I was going to mention this a little later, but you know how I'd mentioned that, whoa, 2025, we're getting so many like, single player games. Like, I love this. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
2025 is like the year of hack and slash.
I think so.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
back.
definitely seems that way so far.
Yeah, dude, we're getting so many hack and slash games, especially when you think of like the epitome of hack and slash. Obviously, you're thinking like God of War, Devil May Cry, but you also think Dynasty Warriors, and we literally got that in January. That was like
Yep.
one of the first big games to come out. So like
Yeah, that is true.
starting the year off with hack and slash. But Tides of
I'm here
Annihilation.
for it.
Hey,
God, I haven't
I'm
played a
here
good
for it
hack
too.
and slash since Ragnarok, which if you even consider that,
Right.
I'd consider that more RPG, but
Yeah. Yeah.
hack and slashy.
I would say yeah, like the newer God of Wars kind of got like ARPG
Yeah,
versus like I guess when I say hack and slash, you can really just bring up so many different games.
yeah, like a
Um
true hack and slash,
or like
like
a
Dante's
true.
or not Dante's Inferno. Well, I guess that did still in that realm, but
Yeah.
Devil May Cry, old God of War,
Yeah,
those
I would
types.
definitely
Bayonetta.
throw in Dante's Inferno, like Neo. Yeah. Not
Mm-hmm.
Nier, sorry. Nier.
Yeah, near.
Um but yeah, something about Tides of Annihilation really hit.
Dude,
I guess just the world building, it just felt so like
yeah.
interesting. Like I wanted to learn more.
Supposedly you're like the last human and all that shit, or last of that kind. I don't even remember,
Yeah.
but seemed very fucking cool.
And not in a cringe way. Um Gosh, I feel like it sounds bad me prefacing with that. But I love that it just feels like a badass like female main character.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the way I meant that is not in some like anime cringe like, "Oh, I just want to play as a hot female."
yeah.
Um but she seems badass.
I
And
mean,
again,
same, but yeah.
voiced by, the actress that did Shadowheart. Whether you like her or not, like
Mm-hmm.
that's a good voice. She's got a great
Oh yeah.
voice. Um but yeah, no, I'm also really hyped for that one. I'm excited. And that's Tides of
Well,
Annihilation.
I
Sorry.
bet you were also super hyped for Days Gone remastered.
Um I mean, I thought it was cool, but I didn't feel like it was enough to get me back because
But
when the PS5 came out, like you could play Days Gone on it, and I think it was enhanced to some degree. Like I thought you could go
ah,
back and play it at 60 frames, and then it came out on the PC. So I was
was
like,
Days Gone a PS3 game?
no, Days Gone, PS4. But I'm saying when it
Maybe
came
you
out,
said PlayStation 5.
when the PS5 came out, like
Oh, I see what you're
you
saying.
could
Gotcha.
play it, and I feel like it was one of those games that was enhanced to some degree. And then it came
Hmm.
out for PC, and obviously, like that's the optimal way to play. So then when I seen this, I was like, I mean, is this pretty much like the equivalent of playing on the PC, but now on the PS5? I don't know. It felt weird. Like they didn't really give us anything that draws me back.
Yeah.
If anything, it gives me hope that they are trying again to make some more money. So for a game that we really felt would not get a sequel, now that gives me hope that maybe we will.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, depending
Yeah.
on how many people buy it and then or upgrade their PS4 version to PS5. Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Right. And if like I don't think they ever would, because this is, I guess it could be viewed as petty, but if they had put out like, hey, we're doing this as indication, we want to see who wants a sequel. We're just trying to milk it out just to see the interest. I would buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I would freaking upgrade. I would not do the $10 upgrade, but I would buy the physical copy for $70.
Damn, you want it that bad, huh?
It's a hidden gem. I think it really is like the epitome of a hidden gem. Days Gone is good. It's a solid game. Like it's got like
Very
good
cool.
story, open world. It's fun as shit. It's a zombie game and you play as like this almost like a dude who was in Sons of Anarchy. Like you play as like
Yeah.
a biker. Like it's
What's his
badass, man.
name? What's his name?
Deacon St. John.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the main character. Or are you asking
That's a
the
cool
character
name.
from Sons of Anarchy?
No.
Oh, okay.
From Days Gone.
Yeah, Deacon St. John. I'm pretty sure. I'd put $100 on that.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But am I excited? No, but like I'm hoping that more people will try it out because it's a good ass game.
You would be correct. Deacon St. John. I just looked it up.
Deacon St. John. Hell yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. I'm trying to think. He has a buddy in the game that he pretty much goes through the entire game with. Trying to think of his name.
I wonder what happens.
Boomer, or something like that.
Boomer.
It's something like that. But either way, good
Hmm.
game. Good freaking game. Okay. I'm gonna bring up this next one with a question.
Okay.
Do I need to play Lies of P? Because that fucking
Dude.
DLC looks sick.
It did. I was just thinking that.
Dude.
When I had watched it, I was like, "Oh fuck, another Soulsborne game that looks fucking sick." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's Lies of P."
And
Yeah, maybe I am sleeping on this game.
I hate it because, like, you know, I feel like you're more so like Colton, where like you can just play these games, you enjoy them. But I like will play it, and then I'm like, fuck these games. I'm tired of these games. Too many are coming out. And then I'll see a trailer, and then I'm like, it's been a few months. I think I'm ready. But
You lack the patience.
seriously, that looked awesome. Lies
Yeah,
of
it
P
definitely did.
Overture, that looked sick. And apparently it's a prequel. But that is DLC coming to Lies of P. But
Yeah,
also
no, that's
I'd
sick.
heard like really good things about Lies of P.
Oh yeah, everybody that played it fucking loved it.
Like
As far as I know.
Colton plays most of the kind of Souls-like games, and I want to say he praised that one like the most out of them. That it kind of coming out. Like what was that other one that came out relatively around the same time?
Oh, Lords of the
Fallen?
Fallen.
Yeah, Lords of the
Lords of the
Fallen.
Fallen.
Yeah, like I think he played through that one, but still, I'm pretty sure it was Lies of P that he favored among them.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's because he never played another Crab's Adventure.
that is true. Another crash, another crash treasure.
Well, according to Asmongold, that was the best one that came out.
I mean, it looked charming as
In
hell.
terms of like gameplay, I guess.
I bet it was fun.
Like, he said it was like super fucking solid
Yeah,
combat and everything. But yeah.
yeah. No, that one did look good. I gotta say, looked fun.
Yep. Stellar Blade is getting a DLC and a PC port release window.
Okay.
2025 June.
I want to say he played that one as well.
Oh well, at least the DLC comes out June 2025. I don't know if that's when the PC port is.
I don't even know.
Did Colton play that?
I think he did. I think he at least bought it. So I don't know if it's just on like the back burner, or if he actually has played through it. I'll have to message him. But I want to.
Okay, apparently Stellar Blade is coming to PC June 2025, so not long.
Cool beans.
Yeah, I can't remember if he did play it or not.
The next one I made note of was, you know, a game we've already kind of seen some stuff on, but Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
Yep,
I
finally.
mean,
That was supposed to come out last year from leaks, but never did.
Last like holiday season, I remember hearing that. But you know, this is a lot of people's favorite Metal Gear game. So a complete remake of that. What more do you have to say? Looks awesome. I do love a third-person stealth action game.
Now, what do you think about the Ape Escape?
Oh
at the
yeah, I
end,
did. Yeah,
collabing with this game. That part confused me.
it definitely confuses me too. I feel like there may be some type of, those. This is gonna sound like I'm well versed and I play them. I don't, but I know enough to know that like the Metal Gear games have like that layer of, they're Kojima games, and
Yeah.
he adds like a lot of character to them. I think of Death Stranding and the trailers we've been seeing for the sequel, and there's that little puppet character who's really silly.
That
Like there's
is
always
true.
that layer of just like almost like humor, just like character with the Kojima games. So I could see there being like some almost like optional mechanic or something. Like find the hidden apes in each level. It's like a little optional trophy thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Who knows? Literally. I don't know.
Very true. We got Borderlands coming September 23rd, 2025. With the new trailer.
Yeah, I mean, Borderlands is always pretty fun. It's never a game that like really excites me, but it's always a
Yeah,
good
same.
time. Yeah, I don't think there's been like a bad Borderlands.
Mm-hmm. Got Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
That was the next one
That
that
looked
I
pretty
had
cool.
made note of. Yeah, Onimusha, Way the Sword. I did look up whether is this like a because we've been hearing a lot about Onimusha just like re-releasing, like remastering the second game and all this. So I was like, is this like a remake of the first game? Is this something entirely new? And
Mm-hmm.
this is something new. This is just kind of bringing the series back, a fresh start, new characters, new story
Yeah.
to some extent. But yeah, Onimusha, Way of the Sword. I thought the trailer looked really sick. The combat looked good. Again, another what I would argue hack and slash game. Doesn't look as fast paced as the games we've been talking about that are coming out, and games from the past like God of War and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked the interaction with your environment. Like it showed him like kind of using a table and like kicking the table into enemies,
Yeah.
and then putting like a cloth over top of their heads, and they're just like swinging their swords at their allies, killing them. It seemed like there was a lot of cool uses of the environment with combat,
Yeah, for sure.
and I don't know if they were just adding this to it just for the humor, or if they're just showing like this will kind of be a part of the game. But it seemed kind of lighthearted at times with like the main character.
Yeah, he didn't like have like a serious face,
Yeah, and he
kind
was
of smiling and
saying
shit.
like I forgot what the line was, but he was talking about like I'll take all y'all on, bring it on, all of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just kind of starts running away. I don't know. I think that would be kind of cool. I like when a game has like a really serious tone, but then it has like those lighthearted moments. So,
Right.
um, but yeah, that trailer was solid. Um, I don't know if like excited is the right word, but like I'm definitely gonna keep my eye out for that one.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling the same way.
Yeah.
What did you think of Lost Souls Aside?
What is that? Lost Souls.
Lost Souls Aside? I
Oh,
think it was like
oh,
one of the last
okay.
trailers.
Um,
It looked very like Final Fantasy 16-ish.
yeah. So that was. I bet if I found the footage, you would remember. But we had seen like when we all lived together, we were watching videos of that game like years ago.
Do you remember was that the name of it then?
I think so. I think so. But it was another one of
Ah.
those. I think like Chinese studio games.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, we had seen footage from like early footage from that game, like at least I'm thinking like 3 years ago. And
Wow.
I want
Yeah,
to
I definitely don't
say,
remember that.
I remember feeling more excited about it then. I don't know if they've necessarily changed anything, but maybe it was
Mm,
because then we didn't like have a game like that, and maybe within that time we've had things that kind of scratch that itch or
right.
look similar. But I'm like, I think it looks pretty sick. But the trailer, I don't know, something about maybe it's something about the trailer. It just kind of lost me a little bit. Like I didn't know what this game was about. But yet another, what I would argue, hack and slash game. Combat looked good, looked fluid. Based off that alone, it looks pretty cool. But I have no like takeaways from the trailer other than that. Like I don't know
Yeah,
what
that's
this
fair.
is.
Yeah, it comes out May 30th, 2025.
Yeah, it does
I'll have
come
to
out
look more
super
into it
soon.
because I definitely don't remember those other trailers.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost like how can I word this? Like it looks good. And I can say this about a few different games because we got a lot of these games and things that we're seeing coming out this year, but I'm almost afraid for them just again with like the money and time you put into it. But dude, we've got some huge games coming out this year. Like the end of
Yeah,
this month, you got Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter
dude,
is
I know.
huge, absolutely huge. And say what you want about it, but the month, next month, you got the newest Assassin's Creed game coming out.
Well, we
I'm
just got
particularly hyped.
Kingdom Come Deliverance too.
You just got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. A lot of people have been looking forward to that. I'm sure I'm going to forget some games. We got a new Switch coming out.
Yeah,
Um, More than likely going to
Pokemon
get the new
Legends.
Pokemon game. You got freaking what is it? Crimson Desert?
G- oh yeah, Crimson Desert.
Is that it or is that the first one?
No. Black Desert Online
Black
is the
Desert. Yeah,
first
well,
one.
you got Crimson Desert. Dude, what? You
Yeah,
got the
GTA
new
5 or 6
GTA,
again.
you know? And then, again, we're excited about Tides of Annihilation. That looks sick. But then Lost Soul aside, like you get a game like that and it's like, dude, you're going to fall in between the cracks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like an
Unfortunately.
Onimusha, I mean, I guess you can bring up other games like, oh, what about Ninja Gaiden? What about Onimusha? Well, those games are established. Like
Yeah.
this almost feels like this is coming from like a new company, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is their first game, you know? And again, you could say the same about Tides of Annihilation, but like, I mean, I think we all are watching that trailer and are just like, whoa, that looks awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what the secret formula is, but that trailer had it was like a perfect trailer.
I know, dude. They just, I don't know, like the world. Maybe that's what it is about Lost Soul aside is it's like subconscious, so I couldn't put my finger on it. But it just felt like there was like so much going on where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that element before, I've seen that, and all of it's going on. So you're like, I don't know what exactly this is about. Whereas
Yeah.
Tides of Annihilation, you may have seen certain bits of like, oh yeah, I've seen something similar. That looks like a cool world, but it just felt so much more interesting
Yeah,
and
some
more
games just have
original.
aura, man.
What's that?
Some games just have aura.
I
Like
know.
Black Myth Wukong was one that had it right out of the gate.
Same with, and that one had, just those years of just hyping it up, you know?
Yeah.
And there's
Which I
never,
mean led it to the #1 game on Steam.
I know. And, I don't know if
Same with
this
Power World.
really helped. Freaking Power World. But like, I feel like at least not a good story. Um, like that story hasn't been like fleshed out in a game and done well
Mm-hmm.
before, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, true.
And another game that comes to mind that I completely forgot about is the Expedition 33. That comes
Shit,
out
yeah.
super soon.
Fuck.
And
Dude, you're
again,
right.
there's a lot of new IPs coming out, but like those ones and like the interesting world that they've created and the setting, like I'm already hooked. So then when I see again like Lost Soul aside, I'm like, you're not stacking
Dude.
up against these other ones. I'm sorry. It just doesn't like
That's
interest me.
so true.
Yeah.
I think Enzoy comes out this year. I want to say.
Oh,
I want to say
that
next
one.
month. Next month that
Dude.
comes out, I think.
I'm interested to see how that does, just because like if we get the exact thing that they shown, I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
people are gonna quit their jobs for this game.
Seriously.
Like people
Yeah,
are gonna
that's
lose themselves in this.
Oh, dude.
It's literally life sim.
Elden Ring Night Rain.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. There's so many. That's another one. Like, and there's probably at least 3 more we're forgetting. Huge,
Assassin's
massive
Creed
games.
Shadows.
Well, we had mentioned that one. That one's next month.
Oh, did you mention that?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
newest Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, dude.
And again,
Doom.
we
Did you say
mentioned
Doom?
the new Switch. So there's going to be at least freaking like 5 huge, massive IP games coming to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm excited for this year. I mean, I know we'll continue to say this every year, whether I play many games or not. Like I'm excited for it, but gosh, there's so many games coming out, man. So I could be wrong. I hope I don't want to see a company get shut down. I hope it's an awesome game. I hope people try it, but it's when I see it, I'm like, all right, that looks cool, but like, there's these other 20 games that look more interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I think we've said this before, but it's like that residual from like this last year and this year. This is like the residuals from COVID. Like all these people just working on these games like nonstop.
Yeah.
And we're finally seeing them released.
Right. Dang. I just wonder if you're a company and you like see like the state of play and just games that you already know that are coming out. I wonder if you like are strategically just thinking, damn, we said June, but shit, maybe we should hold that bitch off till next year.
Well, I'm sure like Grand Theft Auto still hasn't given us a release date. They've just said fall, and they just said that.
Well, Rockstar has the
So
privilege.
everybody's like, where the fuck do we release this game?
Right, that's true. Can you imagine having that privilege to be like, I don't care what the fuck else is coming out. We release our game where we're winning. I mean, maybe you're not winning game of the year, but like we're making money. Like it doesn't matter.
I mean, sadly,
We can release the same day as the newest God of War and the newest Final Fantasy. It doesn't fucking matter. This is the new Grand Theft Auto we're talking about. You know?
yeah. Like sadly, even if GTA 6 is kind of mid, it's probably still gonna win Game of the Year.
And if not, it will still make a shit ton of profit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
kidding
saying.
me?
That's what I'm saying. But imagine having that as a studio, like a development studio, like that privilege just
Oh yeah, it's got to be nuts. It's like,
or rep. I mean, maybe privilege isn't the best word, but like just that reputation.
well, I mean, yeah, if you're fucking anything, Bethesda, really.
Yeah.
If you're anything Rockstar, if you're anything Pokemon,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Nintendo. Well,
everything
yeah.
just doesn't matter when you release. People are buying it.
That I would say, maybe even Santa Monica,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Naughty Dog, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think what it takes is, I mean, tell me your thoughts here. So you can't just put out an amazing game. I think if you have 2 back-to-back just fucking beasts, you're golden.
Oh yeah, I
At
think
least
so.
for another
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
you know?
I
'Cause-
think they're like, all right, so we know what is the name of it? See, I'm blanking on it right now, but if they made another game, I
What?
would know their studio off the bat. But Power World, if they released another fucking 10 out of 10 banger,
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody would know like that
Oh,
studio name.
Exactly.
But
That's
it's
what
like
I'm saying.
it's like PAL something. I can't remember.
So like you can
But like,
release
yeah.
an amazing game, and it's like, oh, they're coming out with a new one. Hopefully it's as good as the
Pocket
first one.
Pair.
Hell yeah. Hopefully
Yeah.
it's as good as the first one. But if you have 2 back-to-back beasts, and it's like, whoa, fuck, dude, Pocket Pair, third game coming out. That shit's gonna be lit, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Pardon the cringe.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right though. 2 solid fucking games, and yeah, you're already made.
You're golden, dude. You're in there.
But the cool thing about us is like video game people in general is they don't let you slack, like Todd Howard.
Oh yeah.
He is punished day and night over shit he's done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of
Like
like
you
that.
go from
Sorry.
you go from releasing Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 3, New Vegas 4, and then you're like, well, what about 76 and Starfield? And then everybody fucking hates him.
I mean, do they still hate him?
I mean, I don't hate him,
Yeah,
but he's definitely done some grimy shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Yeah, I mean, it's not like I like really follow this. It's kind of like the whole celebrity thing. Like people hate on celebrities, people like this person,
Yeah.
but it's like, shut the fuck. Y'all don't know this person, Like there's so much
Yeah.
nuance. Like you just don't even understand. I feel like it's that kind of same. It's like I don't follow him. I don't know if he's like genuinely just like a shitty guy, but like when I hear Todd Howard, I know who he is. I like him.
Yeah, same. I mean, he brought me thousands of hours of joy in my life, so I don't care.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
he brought me the same.
Favorite video game of all
But
time?
yeah, my favorite video game of all time and may always be. And maybe getting a remake of it, at least getting a freaking amazing remaster made by fans. So like
Wait, isn't that supposed to be this month? When was that supposed to release?
the
First quarter? Is that what it was?
I think they were shooting for, I mean, I really don't remember, but I just know at least I think they were really wanting this year. Which I'm excited to lose myself in that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it does just say 2025.
I'm going to play a shit ton. I don't care if you don't have compatible mods. Just give me that vanilla experience. Made by the
Yeah, dude.
fans. Oh, my gosh. I am getting excited.
It's going to be crisp.
What were we talking about? Oh, because we were talking about Lost Soul Aside and just the excitement over games just because there's so much. But yeah, no, again, Lost Soul Aside, whoever's developing that, man, I hope you do well. But there is some competition this year, no matter what month you're releasing. Because no one, Monster Hunter Wilds comes out the end of this month. We had talked about wanting to play it, having like a full party, wanting to try Monster Hunter again. I'm excited for it. But no one plays it through March. And then April comes and they're like, you know what? It's about time for a new game. Like, nah. They've already like got an update for it. You've got like new content. People who play Monster Hunter, you play that shit all year long. And again, there's multiple games that are like that.
The good thing about Monster Hunter is it is one of those games where you just go into it, you can do like a few things and then get off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you fight like a few monsters, get a couple pieces, and then go play another game.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
So it's like playing COD for a few rounds.
Yeah,
almost like that.
You can binge hours or you can just, play it for 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. So I do like that about why am I blanking on the name?
Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter, yeah. I do like that about Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter
And
Wilds.
I'm excited to get into this one. I already talked to Alan the other day. I was like, we gonna play this? He was like, fuck yeah. I actually just ordered some more RAM. That should be here tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I won't pull the trigger on anything like that until I just go ahead and upgrade all of it.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I only have 2 more games, one of which is a part of the State of Play. The other one was not. Maybe it was mentioned. No, it wasn't. But the last one, which is one that you had sent me, I'm curious of your thoughts because you have
Was
more
it Digimon?
experience with these games. Yes. We're talking Digimon Story, Time Stranger. What did you think of that?
Yeah. I going like as the trailer started, I was like, this is interesting. Obviously Digimon. You could tell right away.
I'm stupid. I could not. I'll be honest. I did
Really?
not. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it gave me like Digimon vibes.
Yeah. Well, again, you've like played those Digimon games, you know? Like I haven't.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe there's something
Uh,
about the feel of those games where when you've seen it, you're like, "Oh yeah, Digimon."
yeah, you're probably right. I will say though, it's 2025. That game looked like it was made 10 years ago.
Well, that's the thing about a lot of those smaller like Bandai games.
Yeah.
It's just
They
like,
just
are
don't put
we?
like love into it.
It's. I think they're just. I mean, again, well, shit. I was gonna say it's Digimon, but then I guess you could say the same thing about. Well, what about the Pokemon games? Um, but I think
Same
they're
thing with those,
just
yeah.
given a much smaller budget. You know,
Oh,
they know how
absolutely.
these Digimon story games, the last few, have been doing. So I imagine they're given like a smaller budget and they will still like make some profit.
Mhm.
But I think they put more time into like the balancing of all the Digimon, what I imagine they do with like the Pokemon games. You know,
Yeah.
I picture the whole Adam Blank, how he pictures like the pie, and he's like, oh well, this slash
Yep.
25% goes towards this, and 60% will go towards that. I kind of picture that now, where I think a lot of the money it goes into just like the time invested into the balance and like having all
Mhm.
these Digimon, because like Digimon are like added every year. You know, there's so many.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true. I do want to retract that though.
okay,
Um, I'm just like looking, like cycling through the trailer here,
right.
and I don't know. From memory, it just kind of looked worse, but it actually does not look that bad.
Well, I
So
mean,
I'm definitely gonna retract that. It doesn't look like 2025 graphics by any means, but
I
it does
thought
look
you were,
decent.
exaggerating a little bit, anyways. But I still get what you're
Yeah.
saying. You don't see that because when you think, if I'm like, dude, PlayStation 5, new Digimon game with what the PS5 can do, imagine what that would look like. You're imagining
Right.
something incredible. You're not imagining what
Mhm.
you've seen, you know,
That's
what
very
you've seen
true.
in that
Yeah.
trailer. So I get what
Yeah,
you're
you
saying. But
do.
as far as like Digimon games, it's easily the best looking Digimon game we've gotten, you
Oh
know?
yeah, for sure.
So,
And I'm very curious, like what and or, like how it plays, because it seems almost kind of like semi-open world, and like you can ride Digimon, which is fucking sick.
I mean, that's super
There's like a
sick.
little. Go
So,
ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, that's super sick. I thought, I'll have to watch it again, but I thought I seen elements of both, where it looked like Digimon World kind of combat, but also like
Yes.
Cyber Sleuth, I think it was called, where it's like turn based. It almost seemed like there was
Yeah.
both, so I'm wondering how that is gonna play out.
Yeah. I was confused too because I wasn't sure how it was, but it definitely seemed like it was like a mixture.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks cool. Looks like it's got some sick fucking cutscenes. That was the big takeaway. Like getting some good cutscenes out of it.
I just
Like it
hope
had like all the
the attacks and
Kabuterimon
stuff.
coming out of the portal and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, I'm curious because I feel like I'm trying to be like cautious because when I see the trailers for like Cyber Sleuth and the other one, something Hacker, I think it was. Like when I see these Digimon games, like even Digimon Survive, that Tactics one,
Mm-hmm.
like I get excited, but then it's not a Digimon thing. It's really like just like a RPG, JRPG in particular thing where it's like, they just start off so damn slow. It's hard for me to get through it or just to really get into it
Yeah,
and get its claws in me.
that's very
So,
true.
my two things that I'm hoping is which, well, actually, no. I know they're not going to do that one unless there is like a character customization and like you can edit your clothes and stuff. But I was going to say that please don't make the character look stupid because I feel like your character looks so dumb in all these Digimon games. I hate it.
Yeah.
And the character they showed off looks stupid. But also don't make it so damn slow. Can it be a more fast-paced game, please?
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah, and I
I hate
think
a fucking slow paced game.
I mean, I I always tend to bring up Legends Arceus, which I am still playing a little bit of, but I think that's another reason why I love that game versus especially something like Sword and Shield. Dude, Sword and Shield,
Hmm.
I cannot get through it because it's so freaking slow. Dude, Legends Arceus, I'm like, all right, Pokemon, get me what's out of that tree. Pokemon, get me what's out of that stone. All right, I'm going to catch this one. I'm knocking this one out. You know, if you give me a minute,
Mm-hmm.
I can collect 50 materials and catch 20 Pokemon in a minute. And Legends Arceus. Like, it's
That is
awesome.
kinda
I love
crazy.
that. But, like, in a minute, I can get through a third of a battle in Sword and Shield. I
Damn.
won't even catch one, you know? I just need
Yeah,
something that's a
yeah.
little more fast-paced. That's what
You
I
should
want.
go back and play Red and Blue. Now that's true fucking agony, dude.
Dude, that's why I probably couldn't. I could not
Dude,
go
there's
back.
not even a run button. Like you literally just walk the entire game.
Yeah, I would have
Versus,
to.
I mean, you swim sometimes, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, if I was just feeling so nostalgic, I could, and I was just like zen, impatient,
Mm-hmm.
but ideally, like, and I don't need like super duper fast pace. Like, I don't like, craziness happening like MMO where it's just like 30 people on top of each other, 20 different things going on at once. I don't need that, but
Yeah.
don't give me like a 2-hour intro and it's just dialogue, taking me through the tutorial. And within those
Oh my
two
God.
hours, I've caught one and I've leveled up twice. It's like,
That really pissed me
no.
off with Kingdom Hearts 3.
Is it
I was
slow
like,
like
am I
that?
gonna be able to fucking play this game?
Oh,
Hell yeah.
damn.
There were so many cutscenes and shit.
Like, if you keep it interesting, like, sure, but like, the way they give you the story in those Digimon games, it's just dialogue. And like, you may start with like a really cool cutscene, but that's that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Not even voice acted half the time. And
I want to get like excited for this, but and I'm still gonna do this either way. But I don't want it to be another game where I'm like, oh, dude, super stoked for this, and then I just never pick it up. You know.
yeah. Yeah. I
But
feel
we'll
that.
see. I mean, just hearing that a new Digimon game coming out alone, I think is cool. You know.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Whether I play them all, whether I play none, like we're getting a new Digimon game. Fuck yeah, sick, dude. Here for it.
We're alive.
Hell yeah. All right, so as far as PlayStation State of Play, that was the last game I had any notes on or wanted to make a note of. Was there anything else that you wanted to?
Nah, not from the State of Play.
Actually, I forgot to make note of this when I lied. And I forgot what it was called, but you'll know what game I'm talking about. It looked
Split Fiction?
no, because we had already seen some stuff on that. I didn't make note of it.
Yeah,
But like that
yeah.
game's gonna be sick, no doubt. You know? See, that's another one. That's another one where they've made multiple games, but when you think of that A Way Out and you think of It Takes
Mhm.
Two, you know that next game's gonna be a freaking banger.
Yeah, It Takes Two, Game of the Year.
You know? But it was that game. I think they went through it pretty quick too, but I remember watching it thinking that looks like genuinely fun. It was that octopus game.
The Octopus?
Dude,
yeah.
yeah. It was like 3D platforming octopus game.
Mm-hmm.
Something about that looked fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
called
Like Darwin something.
Darwin's Paradox.
Darwin's Paradox. That looked fun. That looked fun. Darwin's Paradox. That's giving like Abe's Odyssey vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
like
that.
same vibe. But did you have anything else as far as State of Play?
Nope. I'm kind of curious what you got.
It was something we had already kind of started talking about before we started filming.
Okay.
Avowed.
Oh yeah.
So this game comes
Avowed.
out in a few days. I think
I
just
think it
under a
just
week.
came out today, right?
Oh, I thought it came out the 18th.
Hold on, let me check. Avowed. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah, 5 days.
So I just happened to watch like the IGN review of this because
Oh, I guess if you get a certain
edition.
edition, you can play it now.
Oh shit, I didn't know
That's
that.
what it is.
That's kind of cool. But I had heard, we had heard about this game for almost at least like a couple years, a year and a half. And I
At
wasn't
least.
really like super excited. Like I thought what they showed us like looked pretty cool. But something about watching the review for it, even though surprise surprise IGN gave it a 7. I feel like that's definitely their review
It's
average.
insane.
Something about it just looked just fun. Like it just looked super fun. Like the combat, like and again, maybe even going back to what I was hitting on with Legends Arceus, it felt like the perfect amount of like fast paced. Like he had enemies all around him and he's like shooting spells and he's switching to another spell and it's like an area effect and it's happening and then he's switching to a melee weapon and he's like hitting him with like a warhammer and the dude's just going flying. It looks sick. Like it just looked fun and rewarding. And it's, this is what I was going to mention earlier and then I said, "Hey, let's just save it for the podcast." But I was not expecting him the way he was talking about the game because he was like, this is what Obsidian does best. They do really good with story and like making these characters that you care about and that are interesting. And like he was saying really good things about like the combat. He had a few little negative things to throw in there, but I was like, holy shit, dude, he's gonna give this a 9. Like I'm hyped.
Yeah.
And then he was like, boom, 7 out of 10. Which doesn't
Fucking
take
nuts.
away from like what I took away from it, but I was just
But
expecting
like,
a little more.
what?
Yeah, it didn't really add up.
I don't get it.
But I don't know if you had watched that review, but I would look into it a little more because it looks sick, dude. Especially if it's like a Game Pass game for PC.
That would be sick. If it is, that's definitely. I'll definitely be paying that $15 again.
Yeah, same. Same. But that was it. I thought Avowed looks pretty cool, actually on my radar. It looked like, another thing that interests me about it real quick is, he compared it to, like it does these things, but it's not new things we haven't seen, which is fine. Like I don't need a game to like break the mold, Like give me I'm fine with the comfort food. But it had all these elements of like Skyrim and things. It had these 4 big. It's not like completely open world, but I think there's like 4 or a few big environments to explore.
Yeah.
But he said even as like a completionist, he put like 50 hours into it. So if you're giving me that type of game,
That's good.
And it's like 25 to 30 hours, like that's perfect. I don't
literally.
like I like a game where I can really get my money's worth and I can drop fucking hundreds of hours, but like if you're giving me an RPG that has like what we love about Skyrim and Oblivion and it's like, "Hey, this is a good like solid 30-hour experience." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, dude. Give me that.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. That's like perfect.
Give me that. Give me that."
That's
me a bite
almost
of
the
that.
perfect amount, man.
I agree.
The solid RPG.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to try that out. I think one of the next games. I know this question wasn't proposed, but I'm thinking about like what I want to play next. And yesterday, I had went to Hotspot Electronics because I had like turned in like a ton of games that I'd just been sitting on. Again, I'm in this mood where I'm just trying to get rid of shit. Get ready for the move. So been sitting on a ton of games where I'm like, am I really going to go back to this? I don't think so. So I got a bunch of store credit, and I finally got Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
so I think I'm finally going to
Another
start
7.
that up. What's up?
Said another 7.
Did they give that one a 7?
I think they did.
There's
yeah,
no
something
way.
like that.
Maybe they did. But I had heard really good things about that.
I
And
could be
just
wrong, but
based off what I've seen, like I know I'm gonna love that because I really enjoyed uh Link's Awakening, the remake of that. A game that I did beat. I freaking beat that. That was one of my games I beat last year, which I never did the final count on how many games I beat.
Oh no, they gave it a 9. Sorry.
But when if you take that aesthetic and you almost somehow are adding that sandbox element that like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom has,
Mm-hmm.
and you combine them, and that's what you give me, like, yeah, that's gonna be freaking good.
Yeah,
So
no,
I'm
that's
excited for that one.
very
Um,
clever.
But that is all that I have. That is that's all I have to wrap up this last episode of the podcast with. Is there anything else you had or anything else we need to maybe talk about before we wrap it up?
That was all that I had also. I guess you could give some parting words.
Yeah, I was thinking like, what could I say? Is there anything that needs to be said? But I mean, really, it's not the end.
It's not, yeah. So
Yeah. Like we're gonna have again, we're at least shooting for, we want to have videos out just as frequently.
yeah,
I just don't think you'll hear us rambling on as much.
yeah,
But the
or
fun
on
part,
Spotify.
the fun part
That's like
about
the
it
big thing.
is what?
Just
We're not
not
going to be on
having,
Spotify
like,
because it's not
yeah,
podcast.
exactly.
The fun part about it is when you were, telling me you wanted to do this, I was like, dang, like I'm willing to, because you put the man hours in, like you do the work. So it's like, what can I bitch about, Like if you're not happy, you want to try something else, let's do it. But I liked the kind of rambling on, but it's not like we can't do that.
Yeah, it's not
Even
like
if you edit it out, I'm not going to see. It's not like I would watch these videos. So I could still ramble on and we can talk about shit, but it's just these videos are kind of solely for these segments. So
yeah, like we'll ramble just in different scenarios in different ways.
yeah.
So
And we may ramble about something good where you're like, oh shit, maybe not a video, but hey, I'm gonna clip that. Or maybe a video.
Yeah.
Maybe we have like a little video that's a good ramble.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do a one-off here and there, and then eventually, when we want a full sale, we can get back into it.
Well, like you said with, again, I'll end with this. Like you said with the creativity, I feel like, when you have a podcast, you really, I guess, can technically do whatever you want. But, there's certain formats. Like, all right, like we can put this on YouTube, but there were things that we couldn't do because it's like, what about our audio listeners? This won't appeal to them. So you are limited a little bit. So now, again, like what you were saying, creative-wise, we can literally do whatever we want.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, there's a Pokemon Day. We could do a video on that. Hey, we both happen to play the same video game. Boom, we can do a review. We can play little mini games. We can talk about this. We can go over D&D. We can have friends on and just shoot the shit. We can do whatever we want.
Well, maybe a different website, but...
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said we could jerk off together.
Oh,
I was like, oh, maybe a different website.
Yeah, we'll have to make another account for a special little Patreon website.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's all I got. That's all I got. So
that is all I have too.
Literally what's changing is a lot less time, and the videos you're gonna see different. Like you're not gonna see the word podcast. There you go.
Literally, that's it.
That's it. Just
and
shorter
no
time. No Spotify. Like if you were just solely listening, why? Well, I guess I can't say that because I listen to Joe Rogan all the time. And he does visual stuff, but it's mainly I just do listening. So never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me.
He's ignorant. It's
I
okay.
am. I'm very. I try to preface with that all the time, but please, here I am. Once again,
Well, hey,
I'm
we
ignorant.
have always said we're just a couple dumbasses talking. So
I wish we would have from the start, like, named our podcast after that, like something along the lines of, "Hey, like we're just fucking dumbasses, and our opinions are shit, but this is the place we go to give them."
fair,
Yeah.
yeah.
But hey, I mean, hardcore podcast works too, or did work.
It did.
But all right, man,
115
that's all I got.
episodes.
Seriously, I'm done. I'm done.
Alrighty.
You're not getting more from me. I'm freaking done.
Hardcore Podcasts signing out.
R.I.P. My heart goes out.
Scout's honor.
Maybe I shouldn't do that. But peace. Oh, frick. Let me hit that outro.
Hit it.
Bye. Last time you may ever hear this. Peace out. Bye.
Oh, I thought you played it already.
Remember, when you see the horns, the music is going. The music is bumping.
Epic.
And that's that.
Goodbye.
Good. Bye.